Police on Long Island tonight say they are wrapping up their search at the home of the Gilgo Beach murder suspect. Investigators are packing up after spending 12 days scouring the Massapequa Park property belonging to suspect Rex Heuermann. Authorities say a massive amount of material was taken from inside the house, and now the painstaking work begins to catalog and analyze it all. Heuermann was arrested a little over a week ago and charged with murder in 3 of the Gilgo Beach deaths. He is a prime suspect in the 4th. For the latest on the investigation, let's go live to NewsNation national correspondent Sloan Glass, who's been out at the scene on Long Island all day. Sloan, what are investigators saying about what they have found?
Elizabeth, investigators say that they have found everything they need after a 12-day comprehensive search of the Heuermann home and backyard. Now, for the first time, the evidence trucks left, and we were able to get up close and see the home of the accused serial killer in person right up at that lawn. And the DA in the Suffolk County, Ray Tierney, saying that the amount of evidence that they were able to retrieve from inside the Heuermann home is, quote, huge.
Is there any indication that any woman was killed here in the house?
So there's no, I don't believe at this time that we can say one way or the other. Either evidence does not point either one way or the other.
And Elizabeth, they are also not ruling out the fact of whether or not this house is was a crime site. They also said that there were no human remains found in the home. We know more about the vault that was in the basement. From there, they retrieved 279 weapons. We also learned more about the trace evidence that was found. That is all being handed over to the Suffolk County crime labs. And from there, they will look into the evidence and see if there's further links to Heuermann and the Gilgo 4. Right now, they are just focusing their investigation on the Gilgo 4.
Did they say at all whether or not the 4th charges and the 4th victim would be filed at any point soon, whether they retrieved or found any evidence? He's been a prime suspect. He's accused in 3 and a prime suspect in the 4th. Any details from the DA today on whether or not those charges may be forthcoming?
Yes, the DA is hopeful that more charges are coming in the 4th case where Heuermann is the primary suspect in a woman's disappearance. But he said that they are just focusing on the Gilgo 4 when it comes to the other Gilgo Beach murder victims. But the DA also said that this investigation is not just going to be in New York State. And if convicted of a crime, Heuermann's DNA will enter the national DNA database. And that way they can look into other crimes in other states, Elizabeth.
And now that neighborhood gets somewhat back to normal? I don't know, Sloan, after what's been going on there?
Yeah, I mean, the neighbors here definitely wanted to get back to normal. Someone just drove by and shouted at us, leave our neighborhood, and it's understandable. Their lives have been upturned, and they're telling media that we have to leave. Anyone who shows their ID and is not a resident will be fined. So past tonight, who knows what this area will look like, but there are much more limitations than what we have faced in the past.
Well, the investigation, boy, it has spread across the country. Sloan, thank you so much for that live report. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.